Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to the AT&T THANKS Sound Studio. It's Marcus and
Yes.
Sandy. We are so excited for our guest today.
Thank you for joining us, and please welcome James Arthur.
They're so polite.
It's like CBD, isn't it?
It is that CBD. So just, I know, did you
Was I
have
meant
any?
to sit down, by the way?
You
Or-
can totally sit,
I feel
whatever's
weird.
comfortable.
I feel like it's like a child being told off at school.
No, if I look thin from this angle, I'm happy. So you just had a sold-out show last night at the
Yeah.
Independent. You're in the middle of your tour for the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I saw all these sold-out dates. What does it feel like to look at that and be like, that's me?
Not surprised. No, I'm joking. No. That was a joke. That's a joke. No, I'm very. I mean, what can I say? It's really amazing because although I'm kind of established in the UK and Europe, we're kind of relatively unknown in America. So
Is America a different beast?
of course, yeah. It's such a big place, and there's a million radio stations, and there's just a lot of work to do in order to get everyone to sort of hear what you're doing. And so when we put out the tickets for this particular tour, for them to kind of go as quickly as they did was, it was a really proud moment for me.
Yeah.
This is your first headlining U.S. tour.
Yes, so yeah, I supported One Republic
Right.
last 2 years ago.
You were at Shoreline here in the Bay,
Yeah.
if you remember.
I do, yeah. It's beautiful.
So, like, diametrically opposed venues. You have Shoreline Amphitheater at 20,000 people,
Yeah.
and then you have the Independent, which holds, what, a few hundred?
Yeah, I think it's about 500 people. And,
What's your preference? You
well,
like small ones, big ones?
I came from playing in those places, where there's not many people, and there's something special about that. The fans are literally, right there. I mean, they're by the stage, so there's something special about the intimate shows, and
Sure.
it's like a cauldron of noise in the room, and you really get to feel the energy more so than if you're playing in an arena or something, because you're quite far away from your fans. So.
Can you ever smell your audience? Like,
Oh
is it,
yeah.
Is it weird?
Yeah, there's a few stinkers in the audience.
Everyone here
Always.
smells nice, though. You guys smell nice.
Yeah, you all smell like CBD. It's lovely.
I know you have a new album coming out, so I'm excited for you. That
Yeah.
is the name of the new album. And also congratulations, because we've been playing Say You Won't Let Go since it came out.
Thank
That
you.
song, 3 years old, and it just hit, 1 billion streams?
Yeah, no big deal.
And just a little bit popular.
NBD.
Just a little bit popular.
Just a little Billy. Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you have any idea when you released the song it would take off like that?
No, I didn't because it was oh, there's my phone. Cool. No, I didn't because when I was writing the album, I was trying to make songs that were nothing like Say You Won't Let Go. They were more kind of big redemption songs, and I was trying to make a comeback because my career was kind of on a downward decline. And then I just went in the studio one day and wrote this kind of simple love song, I never thought it would be a single even. So the fact that it's now done what it's done it blows me away.
Yeah, and I know you have a new song. Well, you have a couple that you're working with. You have Treehouse, right?
Yeah.
With which is so fun with Ty
Thank you.
Dolla
Thank
Sign.
you,
I
yeah.
just want to rock out to that song all day.
Yeah,
it's really fun.
It's good to play live. Yeah, we're enjoying playing it. We had to do something different. We can't keep doing Say You Won't Let Go all the time. So, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to play a song that's.
I have to give you props because you did the raps
Yeah, I
last
did.
night at the Independent. Like
I
you had,
did.
you had to step in for Ty Dolla Sign by yourself.
I did. Yeah, I did Ty and Shotty Horror's raps. Yeah, yeah.
You're so good, though.
Thank you.
Like, I've watched it online. I'm like, how do you remember it all? How do you go so fast? It just comes natural?
I don't know. I think it's. I can't do much else, so a lot of my brain power goes on.
Yeah,
on that,
fair
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
We always say that. We're like, if we didn't do this, can we do anything
Unemployable.
else?
Yeah,
if I
we're
don't do
just-
this job.
Yeah, just useless to society. Yeah.
What time did you go to bed this morning?
Don't know. What day is it? No, I'm just
Today
kidding.
is Wednesday, right?
God, I hope
Wednesday.
so.
No, I,
Wednesday?
I actually had a good night's sleep today. I wanted to be fresh for these folks today, so I got myself off to bed early.
Yeah. Well, and I noticed, because of course we're looking at social media.
Yeah.
You and I had the same dinner a few nights ago. You had an Impossible Burger.
Oh, that's what I have every day in America.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one after this.
Oh, you're already excited about it.
Oh yeah, big time.
Are you vegan, or is it just a new health thing you're trying
I
out?
am. I'm vegan. Yeah.
Oh,
I
good for
am.
you.
I have been a couple of years now. Yeah.
Wow. Is that hard touring, though, or?
It can be. Not in America, because you guys have the Impossible Burger, so I just live off them. I
Yeah.
just basically,
Yeah.
I just go home to 5 stone heavier.
that Burger King drive-through all day. But yeah,
They got
and
the
that's the
Whopper.
thing that people don't realize. It's not technically that much healthier than having a beef burger because it's got the same amount of fat, same amount of calories. It's better for the environment. I'll give it
Yeah.
that.
Marcus,
Yeah.
you're being a buzzkill right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
But
Don't tell us
the one good thing is we didn't slaughter an innocent animal
Yes.
for it, which is
Truth.
cool.
I'll
True.
give you that. Amen on
That was
that.
I have a
Yeah,
great
just-
question from one of our AT&T Thanks winners. The hardest part of auditioning is passing the first round. How do you make yourself memorable and stand out the other rounds? And do you have any advice for someone who might be auditioning themselves?
I don't really, because I don't really remember what I did. I shit myself the whole way through it. So I just tried to be myself. And
Yeah.
I really think that's the only thing, the reason why people don't do so well on that show and even after the show, even if they win the show, is because they never had an identity to start with. So if you have a good idea of who you are and what you want to be and what kind of music you want to create, then I think you've got a better chance than most.
Right, and if you guys don't know, he did win the X Factor in 2012. I remember watching. Absolutely, that
It's
deserves
okay
an
to clap.
applause. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Even your audition, like you came out and killed it, and I was like, this guy knows. He just knows what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be so hard to just keep moving up and up and up. Is there so many voices telling you do this, don't do this, be more of this, less of this?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you sign to a major record label and especially after the success of Say You Won't Let Go, there is a bit of like, formulas like this works and that works, and you sometimes feel like you have to compromise things, and it's a business at the end of the day as well, and that's something I don't really give a toss about. So I just sort of, I just can't. Yeah, in answer to your question, it can be tough sometimes. People do try and.
There's just so much noise.
There's
you
a
know
lot.
what I mean?
There's quite a bit of that, and I just try and. I don't really listen to anyone.
Good for you.
Yeah.
James, no
I
F's,
try.
Arthur.
No, give no F's.
I'm a big fan of like you're very open about your anxiety, the anxiety that you had winning X Factor, and if I remember correctly from our last conversation years ago here at Star, you talked about what it was like to be an overnight success at the time and how stressful that was. And I know a lot of our listeners deal with anxiety and maybe some mental health issues. Maybe it's because of social media. How do you get cut through the noise, drown out the noise? Let's talk about self-care.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think so. For me, when I first started to experience anxiety and when I first began to have panic attacks, I just thought I'm going mental, or I'm dying. And I think that's the main symptom for most people that start having anxiety and panic attacks. They start to we start to catastrophize and we lose the ability to rationalize what's going on, and we tell ourselves we're dying, and we're just stuck in our heads. So the reason that I kind of will talk about mental health as much as possible now and use my platform to talk about it is because I saw how profound and how powerful the effects of just communicating what's going on in my head is, and just being like I'm not okay, I'm not very well, there's something wrong. And then you'd be very surprised to find out how many other people are going through the same thing, and the more we share with each other, the easier it'll get, and the less stigma will be attached to having anxiety, because it's very common. You don't realize how many people have it.
I don't remember. I think it was sometime last year. There was a show that you canceled because I remember reading about it online, and it was what you posted with it. I think it was a benefit. I don't remember. But you were just saying that I'm not in a good place.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair to people if I showed up. And I
Yeah.
was so proud of you
Thank
because
you.
I think that is so brave to
Yeah.
take care of yourself first, even with the pressure of what about the fans? What about my label? What
Yeah.
about everything?
I think it would have just been a cop out. It would have been it would have been a cowardly thing to do, to pretend that I had a cold or I was sick or something. At least one positive thing that could come out of me pulling out of that gig and letting people down was that it opened up the conversation again about mental health. So
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
thank you very much.
For doing
That's really
that.
kind. Thanks.
It's so important.
Taking it back to the album, is that what the song Treehouse is about?
Yeah, it's about finding that sort of safe place, whether it is, for you guys smoking CBD, because I know that's what you all do here. or you know, whatever it may be, or wherever that place may be, whether it be somewhere in your head or somewhere with your friends or your loved ones. Yeah, the treehouse is not specifically a treehouse. It can be whatever you want.
Your safe haven.
There was a line in the song that I just loved, and it bears repeating. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
I think we all struggle with that, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the one line that's resonating with people a lot. Is, you know, just getting that one in. It's a common thing to say, you know, for people who are, you know, in the mental health game. It's one thing we say. It's okay not to be okay. So yeah, it's nice to get that in the song, and hopefully it kind of hits people.
Also, I have to ask you about Game of Thrones really quick. I think I'm the only person that's never seen an episode.
No, get out of here.
I know. Sorry. Marcus is a huge fan.
Of course.
And I was reading about. I don't know if it's you didn't watch it before or your sister wanted you to watch it.
Yeah, I was a bit late to the party. I was maybe three or 4 years late to the party, and yeah, it was Christmas, and I had a really bad stomach thing, and my sister was like, "Let's just binge watch Game of Thrones. I'm telling you, it's good." And I was like, "Nah, I don't like Dungeons and Dragons and all that shit, so that's not my thing." And then, you know, after the first couple of episodes, you're hooked.
Did you watch all of it then?
I watched the whole thing in like 7 days. Yeah.
Damn.
You got to tell Sandy how much she's missing out.
Oh, you're missing
know.
out big time.
And they put your music is in the soundtrack, isn't it?
Yes, I made the soundtrack of the. Yeah, they brought out an album at the end of the last series, and I was lucky enough to make it.
You
Yeah.
and Ed Sheeran too, right? I don't know if his music
I
was
don't
in it.
think
I know he was
think
in
he
it.
was in. I think he did something earlier on. He was actually in the
He
show.
was in one of the
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
Do you have any like shows you watch? I know you're working all the time. I don't know if you get time to watch TV or like decompress like that.
Yeah, I like football a lot. I watch a lot of football, and I watch a lot of UFC. I like to watch people beating each other
Yeah.
up. So.
Good for the
Yes.
aggression.
Yes.
Are there any other songs on the album that's coming out? And again, it comes out on the 18th of October. It's called You. Any other songs that you love that you can't wait for people to hear?
Yeah, there's a song on it called Unconditionally that I don't know if you guys know a band called Taking Back Sunday. Have you heard of
Sure.
a band?
It's your favorite band, yeah?
2 people, sick. That's all I need. Yeah, well, I grew up. My favorite band is a band from the US in Long Island called Taking Back Sunday, and I wrote this song, and I took a line from one of their most famous songs, and obviously when we were figuring out the publishing and the royalties for the records, we had to contact the band and say, can we use this line, because it's so perfect for the song, and it references the band and my favorite song and all that kind of stuff, and they were like, well, why don't we just like feature on it? Why don't we sing on it? And then so I got like my favorite frontman of a band to sing on it. So that was a really proud moment for me.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
It's
the
a
best.
cool song. It's a really
I
cool
love
song,
that.
I think.
Full circle
Yeah.
for you too, right?
Yeah, definitely. We've got Travis Barker on the album as well.
Nice.
Playing
Playing the drums.
the drums.
Excellent. From
Yeah.
Blink-182.
Yes, Travis Barker. Blink-182.
Awesome, man. James Arthur. So again, the album comes out on the 18th. It's called You. I'm super excited about it.
Thank you.
I understand you're going to play maybe an unreleased song here this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna play You. I'm gonna play the
You
title
guys
track.
are so lucky. I can't even deal. Anyway,
They seem very excited about it.
you guys ready to have him sing? Come on, people.
Yeah.
We want to thank everyone here in the AT&T Thanks Sound Studio, and please one more time for James Arthur.
Thanks,
do this.
everyone.